Hello, everybody. Back once again with Jeremy. So today's topic is self-talk. I know it sounds a little, maybe crazy a little bit, but I truly believe that how you talk to yourself is how you see yourself. And what I mean by that is, I'll give you an example. When I was younger, I told you that I often said, I don't deserve this, I'm not good enough, things like that, which is considered negative self-talk. And because of that, I never worked my way through the issues I had. And so we've discussed in the past how your subconscious kind of works and how it works for you a little bit. Actually, that's actually a good topic. I'm going to write that down right now. Um, sorry. Got to write the good ideas down when they come. So, like I've told you before, your subconscious doesn't can't distinguish between reality and fiction when you're telling it something in a manner that you believe. And what I mean by that is, let's take for example people that are afraid of the dark. If you're afraid of the dark, you might believe that there's things in the dark out to get you. I live on a piece of property that has woods on it, and there's weird noises and all sorts of stuff. And if I was afraid of the dark, I might tell myself there's creatures in the woods, there's people in the woods. And because I believe that, because I'm afraid of the dark, I might believe wholeheartedly that there's somebody in the woods, that there's something in the woods. So I can attest to you that 99.9% of the times there is nothing dangerous in the woods that I live in. Now, if I keep telling myself there's dangerous stuff in the woods, guess what? I'm going to believe that and I'm going to react that way. So, this works the same way when you have self-talk. Now, if I go around saying I'm not worthy, I don't deserve, so on and so forth, I'm going to believe that. And my subconscious is going to find ways to make that true. And the way your subconscious works is your subconscious picks up on way more thing than your conscious mind does. So maybe I'm at work and like I've told you before, I take pride that I work very hard in what I do. Maybe my subconscious will say, this doesn't need to be done right now. And so I'll work towards that. Maybe I'll stop working so hard because it doesn't need to be done right now. Now, on the other hand, if I tell myself, I'm very good at my job, I'm going to get promoted, I'm, very strong at what I do, I love the work I do, I take up a lot of pride in getting my work done quickly and accurately, my subconscious is going to find ways to make that happen. It's going to give me reasons not to have excuses. And so today's video is all about how you talk to yourself. And I want you to think about that. Do you go around saying, I'm not worthy of this, I'm not worthy of that? Do you say I'm dumb? Do you say that I'm ugly? All of these things are going to cause your subconscious mind to make it true or to try to figure out how to prove it. Now, if you go around saying, I'll give you an example. I used to think that I was a very ugly person. I don't think my looks are all that great, but that I do feel better about them than I used to. And now I can tell you one thing. When I go to the gym often, I might look exactly the same, but I feel a lot more confident. And because of that, my subconscious mind causes me to walk more upright, pull my shoulders back. And the response I get from other people is a way more optimistic than if I walked around with my head slapped, my head down, my shoulders hunched forward. Now, is that because I'm that much bigger because I'm at the gym or I look that much better? No, it's not. It's because of how I talk to myself. It's how I portray to the world that I am. And my subconscious mind has a lot to do with that. So I need you guys to think about this. And a lot of people call these affirmations. We've discussed these in the past. I want you to find something that you want to be better at. You want to be a good reader. You want to make more money. You want to... one of my issues is I'm a very sarcastic person, something I'm working on. I joke about a lot of things that I necessarily should be joking about. So that's something I have to work on. And so what I do is I tell myself, You know, I'm a nice person. I'm a nice person. I'm a nice person. Now, I have to tell myself that I'm a nice person in a way that I believe. If I don't believe it, my mind's not going to believe it, and it's not going to find ways to, it's not going to give me cues to say, hey, instead of making that joke, why don't you say thank you? Or instead of doing that, why don't you do this? And it's that fast. It's an instant. And your conscious mind can't even pick up on it, but your subconscious will. So, I want you guys to work on your self-talk. I want you to figure out at least one thing that you want to change about yourself. And it has to be something about yourself. Becoming a millionaire is not about yourself. There's a lot of outside stimulus that lead to that. Now you can change the way that you feel about money. I've discussed before in Steve's book. He talks about how the mindset is, how there's a cash negative, cash neutral, and a cash positive mindset. And you might be a cash negative person now, but you can self-talk and say, you know what? I'm a cash neutral person. I'm a cash neutral person. And what this is going to cause you to do is when you go to buy whatever it is you want to buy that's just a waste of money or whatever, your mind's going to say, hey, I thought we were a cash neutral person here. How am I going to be a cash neutral person if you spend your last 20 bucks on fast food? And that's how the subconscious mind works, or the beginning of the subconscious mind. Excuse me, it's a little hot in here today. But that's what I need you to think about, is how you talk to yourself. What are you? That's what you need to think about. What are you? Don't get caught up in negative talk. Negative talk is garbage. Positive talk is we talked about motivation and commitment. The self-talk is going to be a lot about the commitment. When you say, I see myself doing this, I am this, you're going to be way more committed. And like I've said before, there are days that I do not want to work out. But you know what? I do it. It's not even a conscious decision anymore. I just go do it. So that's all self-talk. So I need you to work on that today. I need you to find something that either you're negative on yourself about, or you want to get better about. And I want you to start saying that, And Tony Robbins says, you can't go into a garden and say, there are no weeds, there are no weeds, there are no weeds, and the weeds are going to leave. There has to be action. And I can tell you this, there will be action. You follow this tip and you keep working towards your goals, and you use these positive self-talk, the action's going to follow. So positive self-talk today, that's what we're going to focus on. How do you talk to yourself? I want you to actually be conscious of this. When you're, I don't even know, when you're at work and you're kind of slacking off and not doing what you're supposed to, think about that. Be like, why am I doing this? Be conscious of it and be like, no, I am a hard worker, and you will find ways to become a hard worker. You will find a way to do your job stronger and better. And that's what we're growing towards here, is we're trying to grow as a group. Once again, I appreciate your guys' time. I love you guys so much. If there's anything I can do for you, topics, whatever, you let me know. Like I said, some of you are getting a hold of me on Facebook now. It's awesome. Some of you are getting a hold of me on YouTube. I appreciate it very much. You guys have a great night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.